Alright there guys, and welcome back to a new video. Right. 2 weeks ago, I spoke about Uzaki-chan, didn't I? I spoke about how she has received a relentless and ruthless amount of hate from people simply for her character design, because she's short and has massive breeds, yet she always was legally old enough. I mean, she was 18 at the start of the show, so she's legally old enough for anything sexual related. She's legally old enough already, but she's not real, so that shouldn't matter anyway. But even if she was real, she's 18 at the start of the show, therefore there's nothing wrong with liking her design. And because Netflix are incredibly stupid, they released a movie recently that's gained a lot of controversy, haven't they? And this movie has actually helped me in order to prove that Uzaki-chan is completely harmless. Yes, that movie in question is Netflix's Cuties. You've all heard about it. We've all heard about it, haven't we? I can't remember how long ago they released the trailer, but they first released the trailer for this movie, and it's about 11-year-old girls twerking. I mean, that's all I have to say for you to understand how this is not a good idea. I don't even have to go into it any more than that. So Netflix released the trailer, got a crap ton of backlash from the trailer, didn't they? And that didn't stop them. They decided to release the movie anyway last week, I think. Maybe the week before. The funny thing is, the trailer for the movie has 1.6 million dislikes. That's still less dislikes than the Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. And that's quite sad. That's quite sad that a disgustingly and morally wrong movie has its trailer with less dislikes than the Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. Maybe we did hate Infinite Warfare a little too much. Maybe we should have let up a bit on it. Anyway, we have this movie has basically exposed what people are saying about Uzaki-chan, but then you see how different this is to her, and realise that Uzaki-chan is completely harmless and there's nothing wrong with her design. So let's just be honest. Netflix's Cuties is essentially exploiting children. That's literally what it is. I haven't watched it, and I never will, because I'm not sick in the head like the people that do want to watch it. Which, if we're honest, the only people of that movie, the only people that would like to watch that movie are predators. Let's just be honest. It's the truth. I mean, as anime fans, we've been called predators for years over liking fictional characters that do not exist and have zero effect on your life because they don't exist. They're not real. You can like them as much as you want because they don't exist. There's nothing wrong with it. If they were real, then there would be we would be having a problem. But they're not. They're not real. So what this now that Netflix have released the movie, they're not taking it down, so they're prepared to fight very hard against all the people giving it backlash, and rightfully so. in what world was this a good idea? Just when you thought 2020 couldn't get any weirder, this happens. Trust me, if the world hadn't if basically 2020 had been completely different and not had all the horrible things happen that have happened, this movie would never have been released. Only because it's 2020 has this movie been released. But yeah, in Netflix's Cuties, children are actually being, well, they obviously aren't being hurt physically on the set, but just think of when these 11-year-old girls, when they grow up to, like, say my age, say around 18, 19, 20, around my age, when they grow up to that, and they look back on starring in this movie, oh, they're going to be so ashamed and embarrassed of themselves, aren't they? And why wouldn't you be? Oh, being in a incredibly morally wrong movie. Just when you thought Netflix couldn't screw up anything else, they do. So how does this prove Uzaki-chan is harmless? Well, first of all, as I said, Uzaki-chan is not real. That's the first step. The children in this movie are real. Uzaki-chan, not real. That's our first contrast. Even if Uzaki was underage, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make you a predator to like her if she's underage, because she's not real. She doesn't exist. But she is of legal age. So there definitely is no, so even if she was real, there'd be no problem with it, because she's legally old enough. But that never stopped Twitter giving Uzaki the hate that she was getting. Although a lot of free advertisement came off it, and funnily enough, since I've been watching her show, I actually have started to like her more as a character the further we've gotten into it. And actually, the penultimate episode of either the show in general or season 1, we never really know these days if this is a season 1 or this is just 12 episodes of the show and that's it. But yeah, the penultimate episode of the show should be getting released today, and then next week the final episode will be getting released, and then my video talking about the whole show in general, like I do for all the animes I watch that release in the same year, that are released in the current year, nowadays. Point number 2 of why Uzaki-chan's design is harmless. Short girls with big breeds actually exist in real life. It's not an unrealistic, but it is not an unrealistic body design, because people like that actually exist in real life. I mean, I'm gonna guess these are based off Japanese girls that look like that, who are short but have big breeds. Because, Uzaki is obviously Japanese since it's anime, so that would make the most sense. I mean, those 2 points, they're very good examples of showing how what everyone was saying about Uzaki, you should actually be saying about Netflix's Cuties, because that is actually what you were referring to the whole time. There is nothing wrong with Uzaki's design. She's not predator bait. She's not anything like that. In the show currently, she is 20 years old. That's 2 years above the legal age. So there is literally nothing wrong with her design. Her age clearly is nothing of a problem. Although, have you seen Uzaki's mom? Damn, she's hot. So I had to throw that in there. I couldn't help myself. Uzaki-chan's mom is even hotter, way hotter than she is. And you definitely can't have any problems with that because she's 43. But yeah, Netflix's Cuties, very morally wrong. It shouldn't. It's a movie that just should not exist. Why Netflix thought this was a good idea, who knows? Clearly, Netflix must have predators working for them for a movie like this to be allowed to release. They have to have predators within Netflix's corporation. They must have. That's the best explanation for it. It just is though, isn't it? That's the best explanation I've got for it, because why else would a movie be allowed to exist? And how the hell have the children in the movie agreed to even be part of it? I know they're only 11, but surely they should understand that it's morally wrong to sexualize children in general. That's just wrong, obviously. But there's just too many people in the world that don't find anything wrong with sexualizing real life children. And unfortunately, that's increasing. Because of the whole map thing, if you don't know what a map is, it's a minor attracted person. It's essentially predators trying to turn their disgusting habit into a sexuality. That's basically what it is. But the thing is, maps have become accepted enough to where they will show their faces. Oh, how can you even think that's a good idea? But yeah. This video was to prove that all the people giving Uzaki hate, calling her predator bait and stuff like that, saying her design is unrealistic, obviously, because she's not real. This video was to explain how all the people giving her hate for that should actually need to realize all the things they've been saying about her is what they should have been saying about Netflix's Cuties the entire time. That is the big problem. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Uzaki-chan is harmless. Stop hating on her. She hasn't done anything wrong. And she hasn't done anything wrong. Her show is fine. She is fine. Her design has no problems. As people like that exist in real life. So that is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on my social medias. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. And I think I might actually have a bonus third video this week for you guys on Sunday, talking about Pokimane becoming a VTuber. So that'll be interesting. And especially for next week's videos, oh, I have something very good planned for the two videos next week, as they fit perfectly, the dates of them fit perfectly with what I want to talk about on each day. But until next time, catch you later.